Hello and welcome. I'm your host Kat, and this is Farfinder. Today's deck is Hero's Hammer, a $15 Boros Voltron deck starring Bruenor Battlehammer as its commander.
I knew I'd find you in trouble if I came and looked for you.
Bruenor's ability will buff up your creatures when they have equipment attached, as well as letting you cheat equipment onto your creatures once per turn. This lets us get some massive equipment in play very quickly, and beat down our opponents with some crazy powerful gear. Since this deck focuses so heavily on over-equipping only one or two creatures, usually Bruenor himself in order to take advantage of commander damage, the deck runs only a small handful of creatures as alternate equipped targets, and relegates most creatures to other utility roles. Among the first category are a few creatures that directly buff themselves when equipped, such as Champion of the Flame, as well as a handful of creatures with the Infect keyword, such as Tyneshrike and Shriekraptor. Much like commander damage, these infect creatures give us ways to knock our opponents out of the game with less damage, which means our big swings are that much more effective. The centerpiece of the deck, however, is of course the equipment itself, and there's no equipment quite as massive as Colossus Hammer, giving the equipped creature a massive +10/+10 at the small cost of potentially losing the flying keyword. Paired with Double Strike on Bruenor, or with one of our infect creatures, this alone can boost our damage to lethal levels in a single hit. Other key equipment in this deck includes Two-Handed Axe, which can double an attacking creature's power for absolutely massive output, Fiend Lash, which can take damage dealt to our equipped creatures and turn it into massive retaliation, Quietus Spike, which can rip away half an opponent's remaining life in one go after landing a hit, and Masterwork of Ingenuity, which can copy our other win conditions to double up on the beatdown. But of course, in order to ensure our game plan goes smoothly, we need to ensure we can get to our best equipment quickly and efficiently. In order to do that, we run a handful of tutor cards like Open the Armory, Tajnar Swordsmith, Forging the Tyrite Sword, and Fighter Class, the latter of which can also give us a way to bring down the price of our equipment if we increase it to its second level. Along with those, we also include some cards which can help us dig through the top of our deck, such as SRAM Senior Edificer, and Dominaria United's new Astor Bearer of Blades, which is yet another card that can help bring down our equip costs to just a measly 1 mana. In addition, this deck would be nothing if not for a wealth of other equipment options. We can protect our key creatures with Plate Armor, Mask of Avacyn, and Mirror Shield, buff up big with Tenza Godo's Maul, Hero's Blade or Sword of Vengeance, add on some evasion with cards like Chitinous Cloak and Vorak Battlehorns, or even ping ourselves to trigger Fiend Lash with Pathway Arrows or Wolfhunter's Quiver. We even have a couple of creatures who can help buff our equipped creatures too, like Rayav Master Smith and Kor Blade Master, or bring our key equipment back from the graveyard like Tiana Ship's Caretaker or Osgir the Reconstructor. And finally, we finish off with some standard ramp and mana fixing, like Soul Ring and Command Tower, as well as a number of other smaller toolbox-style cards. The total price of this deck at time of recording comes to just $14.94, as estimated by Moxfield and TCG Player, not including shipping or basic lands. You can find a link to the full deck list in the description below. If your budget is a little less tight, you may also want to swap in some upgrades. You can find a list of some cards I think would be good additions in the Considering section below the main deck list. Notable highlights include additional win conditions in Nettlecyst, Cauldron Complete, and Grafted Exoskeleton, wiping your opponent's boards with Kusadigama, taking a last-ditch extra turn with Chance for Glory, or flashing out your important equipment with Sigarda's Aid or Leonin Shikari. Thank you for watching! If you enjoyed the video, please make sure to like, leave a comment, and of course subscribe and ring the bell. I'll be trying to make these videos somewhat regularly, so stay tuned for the next budget deck build.